What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is here. Another day, another game. Match review time. And it was the visitors Chelsea coming to Leeds United today, and it was a scoreline that I didn't see one person predict. I certainly didn't predict it, but it was Leeds United 0, Chelsea 0. You know, I was in bed before the game started. I was watching season 2 of You. I thought, you know what? I think I might just finish off this season and watch this game highlights later, because I was not feeling optimistic about this game at all. But this is why we watch our teams. You just never know. It's why we watch football, because it's just unpredictable sometimes. And my team defied my expectations today, and it's always good when you're proven wrong in that way. I love being proven wrong when my team come out on the positive side. It's great. I'll take that all day long. But the reason why I thought we was going to lose today is quite simple. You know, when you look at everything, when you add everything up, you know, you look at their bench, their starters for our team. You know, in general, their bench players are starters for us. You look at us, we're in 11th place, very safe, a bit out of form as well. Got really nothing to play for except for pushing as high as we can in the table. Chelsea are a better team now under Tuchel. They're doing what they should have been doing under the previous manager. They're efficient. They've got a really good defensive record. And they've got teams behind them breathing down their necks. So everything to me was pointing towards a Chelsea win with the trajectory of the teams. But that's why we love watching football. You just cannot predict it. And we come out with a very, very respectable 0-0 draw. Could have been more as well if it wasn't for the excellence of Mendy in goal. So, you know, we've got no goals to speak of, but let's talk about good performances and incidents in the game. Well, we didn't have Liam Cooper today. It was Pascal Struijk and Llorente, and that's what I want to see. It was, you know, whether it's Struijk, Llorente, Struijk and Robin Koch, who is also back in the squad today, which is great to see. That's our immediate future. That's going to be us going forward, and it's about these guys getting more games together, staying fit, getting games together and building up more of an understanding, because it was good today. They were good. Luke Ayling's had a couple of so-so games. He was good today. He had a really good performance. You know, big shout out to Luke Ayling. A couple of his Ayling flops weren't working today, but he got one eventually in the second half. But you know what? He was good. Where we had our weakness today and where Chelsea was going by us every time was our left hand side. Pulisic was having Alioski on toast all game long. It wasn't even close. And when Pulisic went off, Reece James took over the baton and just continued to roast Alioski. We know that's an area of weakness. No point me going into it now. Nothing we can do is there. But I thought that it was. I thought we overall defensively were good. Big shout out to our goalkeeper Meslier. A lot of really good saves today. I believe he made 8, and he kept us in the game. 21 years old, £5 million, and for me, he's definitely going to be talked about as a France #1. I can definitely see him getting a few caps in the near future. He's playing at a high level. He's playing in a very good team. I'm sure the French national team will have not noticed that. You know, to have done what he's done so far overall has been nothing short of amazing, and that's another clean sheet for the kid. So great performance from him. But at the opposite end as well, Mendy was tremendous for Chelsea. Made some really good saves that on another day with another keeper, those shots are going in. But let's get into the meat of the game. Excuse me. Llorente and Ayling with their comedy act at the back. Listen, if that had gone in, we would have been seeing that on football blooper shows for the next 10 years. It would have been ridiculous how many times it would have been repeated. Luke Ayling tries to clear the ball, goes off Llorente, hits the one in Meslier's arms. Gotta believe the football god said we can't do that to them twice after it happened against Wolves. I think that they just said, you know what, let's just put it back in Meslier's arms. It already bounced off the back of his head before and went in the goal. Let's not do it again. So we got let off with that one. When Roberts scored from Bamford's cutback, I knew it was offside before it even gone in. It's just very rare that Chelsea got out like that under Tuchel. It's very rare. So it was just weird for me just to see that happening and it go in. I was like, nah, this is offside. And then once you saw the replay, it confirmed why it was so easy for us to get in behind them. But good intent. And we talk about Tyler Roberts. You know, I've not been very complimentary about him, but he was good today. That's what I want to see from Tyler Roberts. Still don't think he's a striker. Not on this planet. But as a player, he had a really good game today. His link-up play, his dribbling was a bit better today. Yeah, he still lost it a few times in easy areas where he shouldn't have lost it. But overall, Tyler Roberts was really good today. You know, and if he can continue doing that, he can be a very good squad player for us. But it's about consistency. I don't want to see this today and then see in the next game against Fulham where he's just missing. That's the issue. It's not about performing one game or having a moment. It's about having consistent influence over the game. And he had that today. You know, Bamford had to go off after 35 minutes. Hopefully it's not a serious injury. But Roberts didn't have to carry the mantle. And I know Rodrigo came on, but they were kind of like interchanging between them who was playing further up. But I thought Roberts was, that's what I want to see from Tyler. If he's gonna stay around at this club and be an effective part, that's what I want to see. I wish he could get some shooting boots, I really do. Because if it's not going too high, he puts it on the ground, it's like a daisy cutter. Obviously, it's just not natural for him, but his shot that did get saved by Mendy, what a save. If Mendy doesn't touch that, it's going in. And, you know, Mendy, shout out to Mendy in Chelsea's goal, man, because he's conceded, no, he's got more clean sheets than goals he's conceded. That's wild. That's a sign of a really good defensive team, and he's been tremendous. He's been a big part of it. So, you know, if that goes in, who knows? It's nice to see Jack Harrison back. I thought he had an okay 60 minutes. He had a couple of good crosses that, you know, Chelsea dealt with. And listen, in terms of Chelsea's defence, I thought Rudiger was outstanding today. He really stood out for me, both at the back and going forward, because even in the second half, Rudiger was at the edge of our box trying to make plays. And it wasn't even from like defending a corner or attacking a corner, I should say. He was just pushing up because, you know, Chelsea felt they could get up the pitch. But yeah, Rudiger was outstanding today. You know, going back to Bamford, hopefully it's not a serious injury. Hopefully it's just a dead leg kind of thing, or just something he can run off eventually, because, you know, we don't want to lose him at this point of the season. Rodrigo came off. Boy, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? But he had a couple of good chances, Rodrigo, especially that header from Rafinha's corner in the second half. He scores that, maybe he would have stayed on. I don't know whether Bielsa took him off because Rodrigo got that yellow card. Alioski was certainly in danger because he wouldn't stop yapping as well to the assistant referee as well. So he had a couple on yellow cards that were a bit dangerous. Whether that was the reason, and because Rodrigo plays a bit further in the midfield, maybe that was the reason why. But I thought he was a bit unlucky to get subbed on and then subbed off. I thought he was unlucky to get that treatment, but maybe there's something else there. I don't know at this stage. Impressive performances there. I've mentioned Meslier. I've mentioned Llorente. I thought Llorente was really good. But Calvin Phillips today, wow. Calvin Phillips he showed why he is at the level he is at and why he's so important to our team. But you're starting to probably look now and think he wouldn't just be important to our team, he'd be important to any team he was in. He was tremendous today. He read the game so well. He marshalled people very, very well today. He was reading a couple of balls that went over the defence's heads and then just cut them out. He was good, Calvin Phillips, on that. And, you know, after the first minute, you're thinking, oh, God, I hope he's okay. But, you know, he played a tremendous game today. Calvin Phillips was sensational. You know, there's a few man of the match contenders now. I know Tyler Roberts got it on the BT Sport thing, but Rudiger could have got it. Mendy could have got it. Meslier could have got it. Phillips could have got it. I thought Mason Mount for Chelsea was good for them before he went off. I was very surprised to see him go off, actually, because I thought, in fairness, Mount, I know he's suspended for the next game that they've got. I thought he was doing very well. I was happy. I was disappointed actually to see Ziyech go off, because Ziyech was doing zero. He was doing nilch. So I was disappointed to see him go off because he was ineffective in the game today. Kante he played like he did in the first game against us. You know, I haven't been watching Chelsea all the way through the season, but, you know, I see Chelsea fans talk about Kante not being the same player. But in the 2 games he's played against us, he's been tremendous. So, you know, Kante again, you know, for a 0-0 game, it wasn't like your typical boring 0-0. There was chances on both sides. There was things to talk about. It wasn't like a boring midfield. You know, we kind of in some parts of the game today, we kind of drew Chelsea into our game where we're pulling players all over the place You know, Chelsea in previous games have been quite rigid. They've been very structural, and we kind of moved them from their own structure. So we got them to play our game a bit, especially in the first half. So, sorry, but so yeah, on the whole today, for a 0-0, cannot complain. So many good performances today. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. Yeah, Mendy, gotta mention him again. Good save from Rafinha. I think if it's any other goalkeeper, I think Rafinha scores that. But Mendy is a tremendous goalie. We had so many chances to do that. Llorente also had an effort that was deflected off Reece James. We had some really good opportunities for me being so nervous getting into the game. We really did create stuff, and that's the difference, man. When you're not on it, if we weren't on it today, I think it would have been a different story. But the team performed well. I want to see more of that. I know I've said it already, but I want to see more of that from Tyler Roberts going forward, as long as he's in the team. I don't want it to just be one good game and then we don't see him again. You know, we don't see him for another 3 games. I mean, you just don't need that as a fan of the club. You know, you have to be on it all the time. Not even all the time, but just more times than you're not. And he's not been on it like he was today. He was really good. You know, and I'm giving him his praise because I've been very critical of him, but rightly so. You get praise when you deserve it. You get critique when you deserve it too. With me, like I say, I'm a club guy first. I'm not a players first guy. You know, I'm a club guy first. So whatever's good for my club is good for me. Anything else? I don't think there's much else. I don't know. I mean, this video's gone 12 minutes, and I don't think there's much else to talk about in the game. I'll mention our pitch again. You know, especially those aerial views BT were giving us. Yikes! It's embarrassing. The summer cannot come soon enough. But just like what I was saying on the last one, I don't want to wish away the season. I don't. But I am kind of like looking at a few of the names in the squad and just thinking, oh, I wonder what another quality player would be doing in this position. And it's hard not to, but I'm going to enjoy the next 2 games. We're going to have a tough one against Fulham because I don't rate Fulham one bit. People keep praising Fulham like Fulham been good all season. They just haven't. Look at their games won. They just haven't been good all season. But what they're doing is they can see that there's a window for them to get back out of that bottom 3 or get out of that bottom 3. I don't know if they've ever been out of it, but they can get out of it, and there's something to that. There's something to be said for that when you're fighting like that, especially against a team that is very, very safe in mid-table. So it will be interesting for that game what will happen. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much else to say about the Chelsea game. Just I'm really trying to rack my brain and think if there's anything else that I can really pull out. No, I don't think there is. Not much really to say for a 0-0 draw. But yeah, we take that point and we move on to the Fulham game, and it will be very interesting. See how Fulham got on against Man City today. That might affect what kind of game they play against us. But yeah, and listen, there's not much else to say now. I'm kind of like rambling a little bit now. But but yeah, people, yeah, thanks for the support and everything on the channel. Keep liking, keep subscribing, comment, give me your thoughts on the game, give me your thoughts on good performers that you thought that were on the pitch today for both teams, because there was good performances on both sides. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next time, I'm out.